Hi everybody, my name is Rebecca. This is my channel. We do Flosstube here, we do crafty things here, and this is my second Flosstube that I am posting here on the wonderful YouTubes. This is my craft room slash office slash dog room. This is kind of a throw-through room. This door actually goes into our bedroom, and our cat is in there asleep, so that's why that door is open. And if you hear dogs drinking water, it's because their bowls are right there. So we're making it work with what we got. So thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to go through what I've been working on in May as far as my cross stitch and my crochet and my sewing, quilting things I've done, and what I'm going to be planning on doing in June. This is the last weekend of May, and Monday starts June 1st. So I kind of wanted to show you what I've been up to in this month and what my very rough, very loose plans are for June. So let's start with cross stitch, and then I'll do crochet, and then I'll do what I'm quilting on. And of course, when I'm in here, the dogs want to eat their food. So when I'm not in here, they're not in here. But when I'm in here, they're in here. So I'm so sorry. So let's go through cross stitch stuff that I've been working on. Let me put this over there for a second. Okay, so here are my project bags that I've been working on in May. Let's start with this one. This is obviously a patriotic, and it is the Miss Prim Betsy Ross piece. And if you want to know what I think, the first Flosstube, when I went over all of my whips, I kind of dove deep into the more specifics, but this is my progress I have so far, and there definitely is a hanging thread. Let me just move this off. Where did the thing go? Oh, there it is. Let's just put this here. Okay. So let me use, hold on, I'm not ready. Let's use this. Okay. This is my progress. I've done a lot of the fill in here on this piece, and I've done some here and here. So I've done a lot of the outline. It's just a lot of the fill in now. So it's just fill in for the most part of it, but I've done this piece pretty much. So I love this project. It's going to be huge. Like, this is only half. Like, obviously her head goes here and her bonnet goes here. So maybe it won't be that big, but it's still pretty big. So I don't know if I want to do a pillow. Like, my first thought was a pillow because that's how it's finished in the pattern. But she's a big one. I guess we'll just do a big pillow. But okay, so that's that. I'm going to keep working on her in June. Where did I put that needle at? Oh Lord. There it is. Okay. Okay. So that's Betsy Ross by Miss Prim. So this one, it's not difficult. It's just a lot of, now that I have most of it outlined, I just got to fill in. Okay. That's that one. Let's do this one. I haven't been working on this one as much because I have been wanting to do some other things, but this one's so much close to being done. I just need to finish it, but I don't know. We'll see. So here's where I'm at now. The progress on this one is I finished this piece of this and added here, and then I did this, I think I did these two flower pieces here. So I just need to finish this and this, which it's not that difficult. It's just, you just gotta do it, right? I mean, I do work on this, but I think for June, I want to try to get, if not all, at least get halfway. So maybe if I don't finish all of this, I want to get at least like to here and then to like here maybe for June, by the end of June. We'll see. I'm honestly kind of a little burnt out on it. And this is the, I didn't tell you what it is. This is the Garden of Quilts pattern by Lori Holt. That's what this is. I know a lot of people have finished it, but I'm just kind of taking my time on that one. Okay. Here is my Christmas one. This is the one I've just been, I didn't do a whip go because I didn't really know about it till it was kind of too late. But this is my 12 Days of Santa by the Prairie Schooner. My goal was to get one done a month, but now we're just trying to get them done. But I did get a lot of good progress on this one. Let me see. You can, that's probably not, let me take these clips out. So there's 12 patterns of this, and I only have the first four. I only have the first 4, and I wanted to finish the 4 before I ordered the rest of the sets. So here's what we have so far. She is almost done. I just got to finish his head and finish, there's another hen, the 3 French hens. So I finished all of this piece, and then I did the back stitching, and I did his head right here. And I did a lot of the, like, from here up, pretty much the back stitching, and finished this house in May. So that's a lot of good progress. And I bet you I can finish this if I just sit down in a day, in a couple hours, and knocked it out. So this is the, I don't think I have a pattern in here. It's the Prairie Schooner 12 Days Santa theme. So once I get that one, I'll start on the 4th one. My original goal was to have all of them done by Christmas, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll see. And then my, let me put these scissors back in. And then my 4th project I was working in May is the Animal Cracker Abigail by Stacy Nash. It came out in Market this year. So I guess you could count this as my Market Mania start as well. This is my 2nd Animal Cracker, but probably the first one that will be finished stitching. And I said this in my other video, but my middle name is Abigail, and my initials are Ram, R-A-M. I don't think she's a ram, but she's a goat. But it makes me feel cool. So there's that. I've gotten a lot of good progress on her in May. Let's see here. So here we are. Her face, now here's a thread right there because I messed up. That's okay. But I think last time I showed this, I only had like her feet and maybe some of her dress down here. So I've pretty much done all of this piece. And this, you see her nose, but this little brown piece above her nose, that's wrong. I'm gonna have to pull that out. I made that mistake. And I was at the end of my stitching time, and I was just so over it, I didn't finish. I didn't rip it out because I was over it, and I didn't want to mess it up. But her head's pretty much done. I just got to finish this piece, and then her ears and her horns, and that'll be done. And then we'll just do her dress. This is a 25 count Lugana, which I love stitching on Lugana now. But I'm definitely going to finish this in June. So that's a for sure finish. We'll finish her. So that's the cross stitch I have done for May. Now let's talk about June plans for a cross stitch. I'm going to finish my Animal Cracker. I'm going to finish the 3rd Santa from Prairie Schooner. And then I'm probably not going to finish, but I'm definitely going to do make some progress on my Betsy Ross in Garden of Quilts piece. So those won't get finished, but these 2 for sure will get finished. And then I'm going to be participating in the Strawberry Moon SAL. I forget her name, but I'll put her information down below. What is her name? I want to say Margaret. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's Marjorie Made Stitches. She creator and host of the Strawberry Moon SAL that happens in June. So I'm super excited about that. It's my first time to do a strawberry pattern and to be part of this specific SAL. So I have a couple of smalls that I'm going to be doing, and I actually made this project bag last night to hold all my strawberry smalls. So I'm using scrap pieces and scrap floss from my stash. You know, it's a mix of DMC and like this random the Gentle Arts pieces, so things that I just have in my stash. And let me show you what my goals are. And all of these patterns are free. Their Canvas Stitcher created a Strawberry Moon pattern, and she's offering for free, but you can also donate. And she has a lot of other patterns on her Ko-fi page. So let me just show you that pattern that is called My Sweets. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if she has a better picture of it. I don't think she does, but that's kind of what the pattern looks like. It's called My Sweets. It's a moon and a strawberry hugging each other. It's so cute. So I'm going to do that one. And then I'm going to do, this pattern is from Country Living Magazine online. They do a free cross stitch pattern every month, and you can just get them off their website. And this one, it's kind of hard because that glare right there, but just strawberries. But I don't think I'm going to do the yellow pieces. I think I'm going to just do white. So that's one. This one is called Strawberry Mouse by Needle Treasures Nook by Marita Marinova. And I thought this was just the cutest. Isn't that adorable? She's cute. So I'm going to do that one as well. And then Caterpillar Stitches. I don't know if I can see, it's hard to show these without, maybe I'll just do it real quick. Caterpillar Stitches, you join their newsletter, and they send you like this free ebook of all these different types of patterns, and this one's called Strawberry Fields, and that's one of them as well that I wanted to do. So that's about four small strawberry starts I'm going to do in June, plus finishing those two other ones. And then I think that's going to be pretty much my plans for June for cross stitch. You know, I always want to do more patriotic. Like, let me just show you this one. It's not, again, not a great picture, but there's a God Bless America small that I might do. I don't think you can really see it. Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of, I think I'm just going to do a lot of smalls in June and finish my two projects that I want to get done this month. So that's my cross stitch pieces and plans. Now for my let's do crochet. Let me go get my crochet bags. So I have two crochet projects going on right now that I'm actively working on. A few years ago, right after I got married, we lived in a trailer traveling around the States, and we took the first year we were married in a travel trailer and drove around the States and worked remote. During that time, the only craft I could do was crochet, and so I taught myself how to crochet. And the first product I made was these granny square, but I made a granny square crochet blanket. So here's one. Let me show you some other options too. So I had the same 4 colors and just kind of alternated them. And these are roughly the colors that we used for our wedding. We did like an amber, a blue, and a olive color. And I just added that green. So I'm taking the rest. So I did a project with the majority of those for something else a few years ago that I had a lot of squares left over. So I'm making this lap blanket, lap afghan, I guess. I don't know if I can get it all in there, probably not. But so what I've been doing is just joining the ends. So you can see last night I was working on this piece, and now we're just joining it to make it a little lap afghan. So that's this. I'm really excited because I was wanting to do this project because there's a lot of them. There's probably like, well, it's like 40 squares, and they were just taking up space in my craft room, in my storage spaces. And I was just tired of moving them and looking at them. So I said, I'm just gonna use the rest of the squares and make a lapghan. So that's what that one is. The second crochet project I'm working on so weird because we live out in the country, like we live on a farm to market road, and there's like a teeny tiny neighborhood just down the road a little bit, and so it's very rare you hear sirens or ambulances, but when they do, it's just like so extremely loud. Anyway, okay, so the next crochet project I'm working on is in town. We have this studio called the Craft Collective, and it's super cool. You'll have to check it out. I'll put their information down in the description box, but they offer a very wide range of craft classes and courses, and they hold events, and it's just a really, really cool space. And every Wednesday night they do like bring whatever craft you're working on, and we all just craft together, and it's a free event. Everybody's invited, but they do a lot of cool stuff. But this is my 3rd class I've been an instructor with, and we're doing a crochet tote bag, and it's a 4-week class, and we just finished our 2nd week. And so I've been teaching that class, but I've also, you know, when you teach something, you also have to do your own piece. And I wanted to do my own project because I wanted to kind of commemorate the class. And I don't have a crochet tote bag. So let me show you my squares. I'm doing a red, white, and blue theme because it's in the summer, and you know, everything going on with the 250th, and I saw some super cute Pinterest patriotic crochet blankets, and I'll try to insert some pictures here, and I loved that look. So I kind of wanted to do the same idea with my bag. And here are the colors. We have this red, a white, and then I did a turquoise and a dark turquoise because they pre-bought the yarn for the class, and so I was trying to just use what the options were, but I think it turned out really, really cute. So these are my colors. Love. Okay. And I thought I had a completed square in here. Yeah, I do. Okay. Oh no, that's a sample. So here is my completed square. Don't look at the end. But this is what I'm gonna do. So we have to do 18 of these squares, and I think I'm gonna join them with the white color. I just think it's so cute. I almost didn't do, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5 rounds, and I almost didn't do 5 rounds. I almost did 4 because I didn't know if the red was too much. But I think the red will be nice, and then when we connect them with the white. I think it looked really nice. So here's my first sample, and then I have all the centers done for 18. So here are some of my centers, and then I have a lot of these white and red ones, and then I have some red, white, and the dark teal here as well. So I was trying to get enough of each stage because I kind of want to do like a picture of everything together. So I'm super excited about this. This is gonna look super cute, and everybody's looks so different. I think it's gonna look cool. So so our class is on a Thursday, but the Wednesday before is the free community. They open up the studio and everybody comes craft, right? And I went up there to look at the yarn and try it out. And this is the tester, my first tester one that I did. I thought I was going to do my bag like this. And then I realized I could do the red, white, and teal blue. And I wanted to do that instead. But this is my tester. And I think it's still super cute. John loves this version more. My husband loves this version more than he loves this version. He likes the black. So I like the black too. But I think that's a good tester. I might do something else with it. But this is the winner for my crochet class that we're doing. So my plans for crochet. So my plans for crochet in June are to complete both those pieces. Complete the lap can and to complete this tote bag because we only have 2 more classes left. So we'll definitely have it done by the end of the month for sure. I don't think I'm going to do anything. I'm trying to get rid of my current whips with all my crafts so I can have more storage space. So I'm going to put this back in my class bag because I use it sometimes to show people. And I was just looking at this. This is another creating square that I did. I created a lapgan for my mom for Christmas. Or no, was it for Mother's Day? What did I give it to her for? Christmas. I gave it to her for Christmas last year. And these were the colors that she wanted, and this was an additional square that I had. So I keep it on my desk here for a coaster. Right, okay. Here's some additional squares of that lapgan project. They're not, well, this one was off somehow. Like I had too many stitches on one side, so it wasn't adding up. It was a wonky. So that's an extra one. And then I had these, which weren't enough. I think I had 8 rounds, and these are like 6. So these are smaller pieces. And then this one was just really small. So those are extras. I don't know what I'm going to do with, but they're here on my desk. Okay, let's talk about sewing. Okay, so I bought this pattern in January. It's called Stars Aligned. It's called Stars Aligned by Cozy Quilt Designs, designed by Georgette Del Orco. Probably saying that wrong. But this is what it looks like. And mine's more Americana themed. I really wanted to do a star quilt, and this one was more at the moment more beginner friendly than something more complex, and I wanted something more simple anyway. But this is what the quilt looks like, but I'm doing more red, white, and blue colors. These 2 are the ones that are done, so this is what they will look like. And then the fabric I'm using is, I think it's called Betsy's Needlework. Yeah, Betsy's Needlework. And just show you some of the, like I already have everything pre-cut and everything. So everything, I've gotten as much done as I possibly could. And then there's like this darker navy piece. Oh, what's the back of it? That one, and then here's some more. Here's some units I've done. So, There's some strips. I really like this one. Look how pretty that is. And it looks super dark back here because there's absolutely no light, but it's more of this color. And I just got 2 jelly rolls because this is a jelly roll friendly pattern. But this project is on pause because I am needing this specific fabric. This one. Needing this specific fabric because this is this piece, right? And you need the same fabric for these squares on the sides. And I made a rookie mistake and didn't think that through. And so now all of this fabric is already pre-sewn to these units. So I don't have any more of this piece. So until we can get that fabric, this project is on hold. And I thought, like, these two actually aren't, this cream fabric is not in that fabric line, right? And my original thought is, well, let's just make it scrappy. I have cream fabric I could use to make the stars. But then I really thought about it, and I really want this quilt to be more cohesive, and I want it to be from the same fabric line. And I know that's kind of like whatever, but I'm willing to wait till I have the budget to supplement that because I really want this to be a non-scrappy quilt. That's just my prerogative in this project, okay? The next one I picked back up since this one's on hold. I picked up a older that I have in this bag. And this is one I started in the fall last year. Let me just show you. Oh gosh. This is another jelly roll friendly quilt, and I am doing a 9-patch. This is the Agatha Road fabric jelly line or jelly roll, and this was one jelly roll. Let me see if I can find some. Like, this one's really cool. So they're more autumnal pieces. Let me see. But they're all that orangey, creamy, gray, black. Let me see. Like, these ones are really cool. Isn't that neat? Let me see. Oh gosh. I think that's gonna look really cool. So these are my 9-patch. That's gonna look so cool. So this is Agatha Road by, I did Agatha Road and Rustic Gatherings. You can tell, I kind of tell there, but this was my first kind of, I'm just gonna fake, like, I know what, I found the look I wanted on Instagram. I'll put a picture here. It's just basic, it's just nine, what is it called? A 9-patch quilt, no sashi, no nothing fancy quilt, and I love that, and I was like, I can do that. So this project, I really worked on matching up my corners a lot, and some of these are worse than others. But that's okay, and I'm just really proud of myself for doing it, even if they weren't perfect. See, like, there's a tiny gap there, but that's okay. This is kind of a, we're practicing, we're learning, we're doing new things. So I have all the fabric for this piece, and let me see. So here are, oh, here's more. So I still have some more strips that need to be cut down and sewn together. So I have a lot of those, and I have 122 6-inch squares right now, but I probably will get to, I think I'll get to like 150, 175 maybe. So it might just be like a twin quilt, which is fine. My idea goal is to have a quilt for each season, and that was kind of the first project I did, but Anyway, so I got my fall quilt and my Americana quilt going. So that is it for my crafting for June and July. Or not June and July, geez. That was my crafting for May, and then my plans, like I said, were to finish those other projects. So my plan for the quilting fall blanket is just to keep working on it. Like when I sit down and I want to sew or quilt something, I'll just do a few squares of that and call it good. I'm not in a rush to get that done just because it is early. It's fine. Oh, let me show you something else. I was given some craft supplies and they had these blocks finished, and I loved the blocks, and I was like, I want to put that on as a lap quilt. I'm just making all the lap quilts, but she gave me a lot of her orphan blocks, and I put the sashing in between. I don't think I can get the whole thing up here, but that's what it looks like. But I love these blocks. I think they're so cute. And I just put the sashing in the middle around it, and it makes another lapcan or a baby blanket or something. I'm going to keep this one for myself because I do love the block. So I did this. I did the quilt top and I got the backing cut out. So now I just need to get the padding and the quilting done. So that's just waiting for supplies. That's done. So I have this project and this project are waiting on my craft budget to be replenished. Oh, one day I will just, when I run out of something, I'll be able to go get it. But that's okay. We're using what we have and we're doing what we can, and that's the beauty of it. You get creative, right? Okay, I also wanted to share some of my things that I've been watching and doing and things that I'm looking forward to. So I've been, new to me YouTubers are Too Tall Stitches, Shady Grove Stitches. They're new to me that I've found, and I think it's Blooming Stitches. She's a new YouTuber as well, or Flosstuber, and she has really cool stuff to go see, so check them out. TV shows I've been watching, Turn. I actually read the book called Washington Spies, and the show Turn is off that book, so I almost finished with that. Me and my husband are rewatching Vikings. We've watched it before and we're rewatching it because 'tis the season. And we're also watching Landman right now. I think we're season 2, I think. It's really cool because it's based in Texas. That's where I live, and I don't know, I just like it. And we're both from the Fort Worth area. Anyway, books, like I said, Washington Spies was a good one. And me and my mom, we've been trying to read Wuthering Heights since February, and she actually finished this past week, and the goal is to get it done by June, which is on Monday, and I'm about 75% done. It's just, I don't know what I was expecting reading Wuthering Heights, but this was not what I was expecting. I don't know. I don't know. Some really cool things about books, if you're a book reader or listener. I found this template on Facebook, I think. But it's basically America's 250th birthday reading challenge, and each square is a different time in history. So you have like first settlers, Revolutionary War, Civil War, Western expansion, Gilded Age or suffrage, World War I, Roaring Twenties, Great Depression, World War II, Cold War, Civil Rights, Vietnam War. So you read books that go into these pieces for this year, for the 250th of America independence, and it's called Signed by TJ. I will leave the link of the Facebook thing on here if you want to do it. But I already have 2 spots filled in here. I thought that was a really cool thing to have. I've listened to Washington Spies, which is my Revolutionary War book, and then the Bravehearted, The Women of the American West by Katie Hickman. Me and my mom actually listened to this on our road trip to California. So that's I have my 2 spots done. I'm not gonna have this done by July 4th, but I think, I'm not gonna put a deadline on this, but I think by the end of the year, by December, I want to have this done. I think that would be pretty cool. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I mean, I've obviously read books in this category, but that was past years, and I really want to read them in 2026. So that's that. I think that was pretty cool. I think, let me show you a better picture of that quilt. That's what that orphan block thing that I was trying to show you kind of looks like. Sorry for the glare. I think that's really cool. What else? Oh, I also finished this project, which I can actually show you right here. This has a hole in it, but this, it's upside down. This was part of a blockheads last summer or last fall. I think it was Moda blockheads. I think it's Moda blockheads. Last year when I first started piecing and doing quilt pet blocks, I wanted to do something to practice and learn. I wanted to do something to learn. So I did a few, like probably 6 or 7 of the blocks that the Moda blockheads had. And I took those blocks and made something else, but this one was twice as big as the normal ones. So I created a pillow, and out of that big block here, and I really wanted to learn how to do a ruffle, and I wanted to put a ruffle on this pillow. So my mom came over and showed me how to do a ruffle on my sewing machine. It's not perfect. It's not, you know, the best, but that's my... So it goes over here in this little corner on my thing. So I have the Good Notes app on my iPad, and I use Fat Quarter Shop had a template for the 2026 calendar year. So I put all my finishes on here, so you can kind of see the finishes. So for May, I finished a project for baby shower gift. I did 2 project bags, that pink pillow, and then I also did this finish. This is the cutest thing. This, I totally forgot about this. This was part of the tomato SAL that Nicole Spohr and the Sweetwater Stitcher Jessica was hosting, and I had this pattern in my stash and I hadn't done it, so I thought, hey, it has a tomato in it, so I could do that. So super cute. This is by the October House Fiber Company, and it's their Skinny Mini pillows. It's my first October House, and I filled it completely with crushed walnut shells. Finished it with some red crack, some scrap fabric, and then a Moda bow. But I love it, and it just stands over there on my, you can see, this is where all my quilting fabric is. So, and then this little trunk looking thing, that's where some of my cross stitch stuff goes. So I just put it in front of that thing, and that is where that lives. So yeah, that's what I've gotten done. I totally forgot to share that. I also forgot to show you guys of this other super cute quick sewing thing I did. I made these sewy quilty, I guess they're not quilty, but they're puffy stars, and this fabric is from, I had it in my scrap stash. So I just cut out a star template, sewed them, stuffed them with polyfill, and then pinking sheared the edges, and we just made some garland out of it. I thought that was super cute and super easy. I didn't have to buy anything. I had this piece already completely from stash. Super cute. Well, that was just a quick little video of what my progress was for May, what my soft plans are for June, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love to hear what you're working on, so make sure you either like this video if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, or if leave a comment on what you're working on or what you're looking forward to in June to be crafting. So that is it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.